podcast.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, Gay Bob's here. He's talking about being on the radio. The queen of 99X, Gay Bob, is here. And we're talking about...
Where's my camera?
Camera 1, camera 2.
Yours is over there. Yeah,
He's
just
going to
go.
look off into the closet. Yeah. So
I'm not going back in the closet.
we do Atlanta has these wonderful home tours, and Randy, Gay Bob's husband, got to come this year, and Randy's in the room and
Because I had to work.
You had to work.
Yeah.
And we ran into the same lady we ran into last year who recognized you
From
just
the radio? That lady?
from your voice. She's like heard your beautiful soprano voice and was like, is that the queen from 99X?
Oh, I remember her. Do you remember I tried on her? She had a fur, and I yanked the fur off her. Give me that bitch.
Oh, you did?
Wrapped it. It was fabulous.
Yeah, so she's still doing the home tours.
That's wonderful.
And
She's still married. That's the key. She's still married to a guy that has her in a house in Punchy Battle.
Well, no, she was a volunteer there. We don't know her personal life.
Volunteer?
Yes. Yeah, the Garden Club is volunteer heavy. She was telling us, okay, so there's these, the Peachtree Battle Garden Club holiday tour of homes.
So we didn't get booked. We were going to get booked last year.
Yeah, we didn't get booked. I'm not surprised. They probably don't want to hear about your vagina, Gay Bob.
They do. They really do. They need to.
Yeah.
I know. I think I would actually love for you to talk more about old lady vaginas. But really quick, I want to talk, because this doesn't happen all across the country. This Garden Club tour of private homes. Randy was there. 4 beautiful rich people houses.
Beautiful.
Decorated. So I found out, we got the details. There's a team of women, volunteers from the Garden Club, who are responsible for decorating each home.
No.
Yeah.
How are you not on that?
Because I don't like to volunteer and or use my hands to do work. I like to use my mouth. And so they one of them, the lady who was the lead designer has won awards in Japan for flower arranging.
No, she did not. Konnichiwa, bitch.
I know, konnichiwa, with all the flowers. It was amazing. They're working, they're slaving away.
I will say that the Japanese know flowers.
They do. And there was the cords were all the wire holding the flowers in a spiral was wrapped with yarn. Do you remember? Yes, Randy remembers. And it was this kind of multicolored yarn that was hand woven and had slubs in it, everything.
What the fuck is a slub?
A slub is where okay, have you ever seen Dupioni silk? Okay, do you know what silk is, Gay Bob? Okay,
I know what silk is.
Silk is made.
I know Versace, bitch. So tell me.
Silk is made from silkworms, and they murder the worms with hot water.
They do not.
They do.
This is horrible.
I know. Don't tell anybody.
That is not how they make silk.
Yeah.
They kill the silkworms.
They kill they hot water the silkworms to death, and they take their
insides?
No, it's what they've spun.
So they have an orgasm and they shoot their silk.
I'm gonna go with yes. That sounds better. And then a Dupioni silk is double. Dupi, like a double espresso. Give up.
Will they kill them twice?
No, it's where
This is saying that they just use their cocoon.
Yeah, but how do they get the cocoon?
What's after? Because they get in the cocoon
and then they move to a new neighborhood.
No, well, because they make a cocoon.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, go on.
Is he questioning you?
No, this is.
I am.
Gay Bob, kick him. No.
Yes.
So, and the Dupioni is where 2 cocoons have overlapped, and there's lumps in the fabric. So, a Dupioni silk is the lumpy, slubby silk fabric.
No, it's
Take
it
that.
says 4 twins that are conjoined.
Yes, it's conjoined. Kate is.
What are those 2 girls? They're joined by the heads like that.
Oh my gosh! And one of them's like, "I want to be a country music star," and the other one's like, "I'm going to get married." And I'm like, "You're both going to."
She did get married.
Yeah, they're both going to have to get.
Oh dang! They do.
What?
They do kill them. You're right.
Yeah, they boil the hot water.
Do not get in between this thing here and a silk chartreuse.
Listen. I just was curious. That seems very barbaric.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
It gets pretty dark.
I thought you were talking about Siamese twins for a second.
No.
Do you think there's other bugs that make our clothes and then we
Probably.
murder them?
I had a good burn on Gay Bob
Leather.
earlier because God, this is gonna be such a weird episode. When he came in, he was just like, "Oh, this room seems a little different." What is it? I was like, "Oh, you probably because you're not drunk
He did
yet."
say that.
Yeah.
Oh.
He said that.
Can you
Yeah.
get?
I was so drunk last time. We
Well-
had
The
to
first-
cancel. The first we had to
The
cancel.
first time that never happened.
Will it come back someday?
Never.
No, it's
No,
been deleted
sir.
forever.
Because we
You
don't.
can never delete anything.
We don't
That's
want.
what
No,
I've
we
heard.
never put it up. That's the thing.
But
Yeah.
I hear once it's somewhere.
Well, it's all with Joel, and I think Joel knows how to get rid of a video.
Yeah.
Wrong.
For the listeners that aren't watching this and only listening, Amy's tits are out and they look good. I
Thank
apologize
you.
to Amy's mom, but also you made them, so
Wow.
I need to enjoy them while they're still here.
Where are they going?
I had to go get an extra check on with the scanny thing, and it was okay, but it
Yeah.
was like I'm just gonna
They
have a good
squeeze
time.
them boobs hard,
Also-
don't they?
Well, I had the ultrasound, so it wasn't the squishing it. Every time I get a mammogram, I think I have COVID because I'm like, I can't catch my breath. I've got COVID, and it's just my boobies are on
don't think
fire.
Never mind.
I
I don't think COVID's connected
I'm
to
a-
mammograms, but
I know.
What?
Well, it was before I knew.
did you wear a mask? Sorry.
It was before I knew what COVID actually felt like.
Ah.
Because there was like no symptoms, but you can't catch your breath, and that's how I feel when my boobies in a vice.
I bet it's like having a ball in there. for
Yeah,
men,
yeah. Holy.
By the way, Siamese twins. You just jogged my memory.
talking to the microphone.
When I was a younger gay man, me and my good friend Miss Peach Lepeche for French, we went as Siamese drag queens, conjoined at the wig, and we wove our wig hairs together. Is that not creative?
That's very creative.
So funny.
I feel like I'm losing my creativity as I get older for
Oh,
costumes.
for God, look at those tits, sweetie. You're creative. Not everybody can put that outfit together.
Okay.
It's not a whore. Sorry.
Ayo, pow, pow, pow.
Yeah, you got classy tits out right now.
Yes.
Also, even if they were slutty, you can do whatever you want.
I know, Joel's very accepting.
Joel's
Listen.
a trashy old cunts.
What? Yeah, listen, I'm very body positive. And whatever people want to do, whatever people want to show off, that's great. Whatever,
Aw.
yeah.
I want to wear this outfit right now too because this is coming out the week between Christmas and New Year's. And so everyone is deciding if they're an alcoholic yet. And they're like, I'll wait until after New Year's to decide. So that's also probably why I've had so many glasses
Not to
of
brag,
champagne.
I already know it before New
Is that
Year's.
champagne? I thought it was filtered water.
It's filtered piss water with bubbles in it. So, yeah. What are your
What
like?
happened?
Okay, I have a question.
Don't make so many sudden moves.
I have a question for the table. I've had 2 takeaways from the holidays in the last 5 years. As a mother, as a human,
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, oh, I left it all out there on the field. Everything's in the paint. Is that what people say playing basketball?
Everything's in the paint.
I don't know. So I just
wait, we're in the
yeah.
wrong
I did it full balls to the wall.
I know that one.
Yeah.
That was I got you. I'm with you. I'm back. I'm back now. I was gone for a second, but now I'm back.
And then one year I was like, this is driving me crazy. I'm going to like pull back. And that January, I mourned the loss of the Christmas I just missed because I didn't go full balls to the wall.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, I will not sacrifice my sleep, but I will like sacrifice my exercising and my diet to decorate more, Christmas shop more.
You're a good mother.
This isn't for her kids.
Part of it, I think part of it is, but I don't know if they notice because they're straight boys.
Is it hard to get Kenton's credit cards out from his wallet without him noticing? Just curious.
Oh, we're well beyond that, darling.
Yes, exactly.
Have you seen my tits?
Oh, yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, okay,
What?
really quick. I just do want to do a quick recap. Your beautiful Christian woman husband.
Yeah, husband.
husband has worked in the church
Yes.
his whole life.
Yeah.
And so now cannot decorate for the holidays
No,
because he has been assaulted
my
by
God.
the Epiphany and all of the 4 Sundays of Epiphany. Is that what it's called? Bastophany.
That's a. Isn't that a demon?
Lent,
Isn't it a demon?
Trident, quadruple.
So got him.
There's candles on a Sunday. You do a candles on a Sunday, And then he put it on a lady's head.
She's lost.
Saint
What's
Lucia,
happened?
Saint Cecilia of Sweden.
What's happened? I don't.
So there's 4 candles, and you have to. Oh, I forgot. Your guys aren't really religious. It's the born agains.
He's more charismatic.
Is this a Catholic thing?
Yeah, that's more Catholic. You're thinking Catholic.
Well, the Episcopalians. Do
yeah,
it.
no, they're not Episcopalian.
Okay, but
it's a mainly African American church.
Oh,
and now, but no, even back in the day.
Oh, good.
They were one of the first churches to integrate, and all the white people left. So now all the black people stayed, but it was like 10,000 people, and so he would.
Oh, that's
like
nice.
400 trees.
The potlucks must be
10,000
amazing.
lights. That's why I always say Randy cooks like an old black woman, because he literally everything is salty.
Congratulations. That's some
very
good
good,
cooking.
sweetie. Yep.
That's amazing. That sounds delicious.
Yes! What?
Yes!
Literally, though, when you go to Randy's church, especially at a holiday, because you don't know this because you're not even a Christian.
I don't even go to the white churches.
You're not even, I know.
No one's inviting me.
Black people, when they go to church, they dress up. Mm-hmm. They wear hats, they
Their
wear
Sunday
suits,
best.
they wear dresses. I mean, it is a serious.
The British aristocracy is wearing hats to
Yes.
weddings, and black
Yes.
people. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
And they talk.
During the church.
Oh!
Call and response.
They do. They talk to the pastor. They talk, and then they talk to each other, and then they just all of a sudden they get up and they go to the back of the church to eat. But you never know what's happening.
Oh, I could. That sounds fun. That sounds nice. That sounds nice.
I don't know much about Randy, but I feel like it makes so much sense to me that you work in a predominantly black church.
Yeah.
You seem like you would fit in so well there, and they would love you.
Yeah.
Can I talk about the runners? Is that okay to talk about? Okay, so I had never seen this. So the first time I went, I literally almost tackled this woman. They're in the middle of a because the music is like going to a concert. The level of the amount of speakers from this, it's so loud.
It's like a rock concert.
It's a rock concert. They have a full band.
Yeah.
Drums,
Electric
guitars, electric pianos. And then they have at a black church, you have the choir, but at a black church they have praise singers that are essentially the top bitches that they're on the stage.
Okay.
And they lead they're praise leaders. And so if
they feel the God, they will come up and they will improvise and sing on key.
No, you can't. No, you can't have. You
Oh.
do not step on the stage until you've been asked to step on the stage, or you will get smacked the shit back onto the ground.
Ooh.
So they'll get people whooped up. There'll be some song and everyone's clapping, and then all of a sudden somebody will just take off and start running down the aisle and running around, and she's wearing like Gucci hat, Gucci shoes, and
Wow,
and
this is
every now
exciting.
and then a boob may fall out.
Oh, maybe that was part of the culture.
I told Randy, I said, this woman, she's obviously got some kind of disease, sepsis, and I literally,
sepsis. You thought
I was
she
going
was
to grab her.
Was she speaking in tongues? Was she feeling the Lord?
No, but
in that way?
she had her eyes were bugging out of her head, and she was running around. It was very scary. And I said to Randy, I'm going to go help her, and he goes, no, she's
feeling the Lord.
She's feeling the Spirit, and I was like,
Yeah, she's moved.
She's moved.
She's moved.
But she ran a good 400 laps around that church. I've never seen anything like it.
We have a same saying in white culture. They're touched.
You know, Randy is white.
Nobody knows that.
Is Randy a white name? It doesn't sound it.
I know. Our good friend, his long time friend in the church, she's the pastor's sister. She's white, but her name is LaDonna.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have a husband named Kenton who's white.
Is Kenton a black name?
I
I didn't know that.
Malcolm.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
I see what's happening.
Yeah.
I got that.
We live in
They're
Atlanta.
hung.
Heyo.
Oh.
Truth in advertising. Heyo.
Ah.
Okay. That's
Sorry.
wonderful. So, do you ever leave? Do you have feelings of anticipation about the holidays, and then afterwards you're like, that was garbage, that was good, or I don't have any feelings, I'm just gonna go. What do you think about New Year's Eve? It's around the corner. How are you feeling?
So Randy's church at New Year's Eve.
What happens?
Oh my God, you've got it. They do skits.
Oh.
Hilarious.
Are they Jesus reenactments?
No. Like they do drag.
What?
They do. Yes. One year they did a Soul Train line. They do crazy. One time we were on a cruise and we saw like a crazy drag skit, and they ended up putting it in the thing. So
You went on a cruise with your church?
no, Randy and I went on a cruise and we saw this skit
And
on
then
the cruise ship, and then we told them about it, and they did it.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
fun. Well, they
And the woman who's like the matriarch, she's like a musical savant. Like you could just hum something and she'll play it on the piano.
Yes.
They made her pretend she was Prince. She said dressed her up like
wow.
Prince, and she's like that kind of shit. It's pretty funny. It's a lot of
like
fun.
the church lady voice trying to do Prince.
Yeah, and then we all shoot off those cannons at the end of the night, and we dance and dance and dance, and they almost always end with the B-52 song.
Do you go every New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
So this is your tradition?
Yeah.
Do you have a tradition for New Year's Eve, Joel?
No, not really.
I'm curious because I mean, some cultures New Year's Eve is all that. Like it's their whole thing. I'm thinking of Japan and stuff. Like,
What do they do in Japan?
Like the Japanese New Year or the Chinese New Year. Like New Year's
Isn't
is the
Chinese New
thing.
Year a different one? Time?
Yeah, Japan and China I think are separate.
That was not the question. I mean, Chinese New Year is not January 31st.
Oh, yeah, they have a different time thing. They have a thing where this is gonna sound very not interesting, but they have a thing where now they're like you can take your child to a New Year's Eve party and it's the ball drops at 8 p.m. and then everyone gets to go home and go to bed.
I like that actually.
And as I'm getting older, I'm like,
yeah,
that slaps. Yeah,
let's do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
makes sense.
I've done.
Let's day drink and then go to bed at 9.
I've done smaller and smaller ones every year just because I gave, even before I stopped like drinking and doing drugs, I gave up going out on New Year's because it's
A
dog
nightmare.
shit.
It's awful. It's the worst night to go out.
It's the worst night to go
that
out.
and St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
The Ubers are triple the rates.
You can't get one.
You can't get
You
one.
can't get one.
You can't get service. Everywhere's busy.
Fights.
And I'm not
guns,
mad at any
shootings.
of the. I'm not mad at any of the service industry people. It is not their fault.
It's
There's
not
too
their
many
fault.
people out.
It's just too many people out.
It's too much.
I think
Sure.
right. I think it's kind of maybe COVID rules, like hunker down with some people and be like you
Yeah.
are part of our family now and you sleep here tonight. Maybe we should do that.
You don't
Yeah,
have to.
sleep.
I mean,
So
you
they don't
know,
have to drive home drunk and get pulled over and you had like a
Oh,
sip
yeah,
of,
yeah.
of
I
wine.
got a DUI.
You got a DUI on New Year's Eve?
No, it was tax day.
Oh, where
Yeah.
did you get your tax refund and
Yeah,
you got crazy?
You know,
sort of in
leaving
2000.
that H&R Block getting crazy.
Yes, it was terrible. And then when I went back, so I go to jail, and I was so drunk. Thank God I was drunk because I wasn't upset. It was so much better drunk. Jail. Do not go to jail. If
I don't hear a lot of pro DUI stories.
Well,
but
I remember thinking, God, if I were sober, this would be terrible.
also, but if you were sober, you wouldn't be in that situation.
Well,
But still, if you're going to go to jail, do it drunk.
You
4
should do it
stars.
drunk.
Yeah, if you're gonna get a DUI, be fucking shithouse.
thank you.
Yeah,
Jail sober.
that's
0
the message.
stars.
Well, I had been on the radio that day. This is years and years
You
ago.
were already a celebrity.
Oh, I was a huge celebrity, and we had
Yeah, fill your drink up while we're talking
we had
about
had
the
a
DUI
porn
story.
star on the show
Oh.
that day. A gay porn star. He was a bear. There's a big, bears are big, hairy,
Burly.
and so he had been in a porn magazine. So he had brought the porn magazine. Well, the porn magazine made it home with me. I'm just saying.
Did it make it to the jail with you? Did you bring
Well, so I'm in the back of the police car, and I'm sweating, and I'm like this, and I see, because she's a lesbian, stop me. Yes. And I see her doing this. With
opening up? Oh.
And lesbians don't like dick anyway. And so she's looking at this fat, when I was thinking, oh my God, I'm going to jail. Because I refused to, in the middle of my drunken doing, this, all the tests you do, I was like, oh yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. And she said, why? And I said, because I heard you're not supposed to do this. You're trying to trick me. But I had done half of them wrong.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then, right, did you lose your license?
I did. Well, they give you a little, you can go back and forth to work on a license.
Yeah.
She sticks her head in the cop car and she says, I'm so glad I got you off the road. My sister-in-law got hit by a drunk driver. I said, I didn't hit your damn sister-in-law. I was so it was.
Oh
totally,
my God.
But so here's the story. In Georgia, you have to be in jail 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to.
Yeah.
But I had gotten out, and no Randy, but somebody else had got me out. And I had to go back to jail to finish my 24 hours. So I'll go. So my work's fine. As they say, go on a Friday night. Guess when they let me out?
Oh.
The next Thursday.
So you were stuck in jail for a week.
From Friday night to the next Thursday.
And it was supposed to be like 6 hours.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
And I had, I had gotten a very stylish look. I went in my
What do you wear-
Versace sandals.
What do you wear to jail?
Exactly.
This is the perfect episode for right before New Year's Eve.
Well, they had told. So
What do you wear to jail?
Where's
Wear that to New
my
Year's Eve.
camera?
Jesus Christ.
Where is my camera?
It's right there.
If you go to jail in DeKalb County, are you ready?
DeKalb County.
DeKalb County.
Is that where I
and
live?
Fulton County.
No.
You're in
Fulton.
Fulton.
Okay.
And Fulton County. They have a gay tank.
A gay
Yes.
tank?
Yes.
Can I go in with all the gay guys?
You would be such a hit.
I want to sing
We should do a show.
We should do a show.
in the
Who
gay
books
tank.
it? Who books the gay tank? We're going to do a setup.
What
Wait,
is
there's
it?
a gay tank?
Yes, and if you I said I knew this because I had friends. Anyway, so they had said, "Girl, always do the gay tank." So they're taking me in, and the lesbians got hold of me by the back of
The
my
same
hair.
one?
Yes, and I said, "I want to go to the gay tank." She goes, "You're not going to no gay tank. You're going to Gen Pop." She's tortured
General
me.
population.
So they walked me by the gay tank to go into Gen Pop.
Where everyone's like, hey!
And everyone, yes, and I knew everybody. And they're all, and the girl, you know what they do in the gay tank to make themselves prettier? Because they give you drugs, like Tylenol and stuff.
Okay.
But they had taken the Tylenol and made a little ear, like
Oh,
stuck it on their ears. It was so cute.
Oh my, now, were these folks getting arrested for being gay? Was it like, how long ago
This
was
the
this?
90s.
Okay,
Yeah,
never
but-
mind.
No,
never mind.
but they had taken like their shirts and tied them to smart under the titties, and
Oh my
one guy
God.
had taken a towel and was wrapped around his head, and he had done 4 or 5 Tylenols,
Y'all.
and an ibuprofen on his nose.
Oh my God! Like Rudolph,
Yeah.
but with a painkiller.
But I didn't get to. I was in a chain gang having to go watch these guys, and they were like, "Girl," telling me, and
So those
And so,
lesbians
do you
had it out for
do
you.
you think it's because you made fun of her sister-in-law for
yes,
getting hit?
exactly.
Yeah. You were needed to learn your lesson not to drink and drive.
And I did.
You shouldn't do that.
Because you know that in the DeKalb County Jail, the toilets are in the center of a big room. They're not. You don't have a
Ugh.
yeah.
I don't know if I could pee. I could. I went to women's college. But the gay tank sounds fabulous. Do you think it's still
It was the
there?
yes.
Because there's lore. There's lore in Atlanta. And the lore I just found out was real is that at the governor's mansion, all of the people who work there are
Gay?
in prison for the rest of their lives criminals.
What?
And they
told
are
you this?
crimes of passion people.
What?
They
don't
killed
know.
one person their whole lives, but they were like a chef or something else.
And they work in the government.
And now they're going to be in jail for the rest of their lives, but they're probably pretty trustworthy, except for that one time they went insane and they work in the governor's mansion. And I've had it clarified twice. Yes.
What?
I can't give names, but that sounds like the gay tank, doesn't it?
That
It sounds like
does.
there can't be just a cell full of gay people, because that sounds like a musical.
I love
But
that.
a gay tank
Yeah.
sounds like folklore.
It's the
And
best.
all like criminals working in the governor's mansion,
I love the idea of that.
right? It sounds very Georgia. It sounds very.
But during the 90s, Governor Barnes and his wife, Mayree, who looked I love you, Mayree Barnes, but everyone said they were mean and said she was a man because she was a big girl. But yeah, so anytime I would hug her, she would be head to toe Spanx. And so I would say to her, how do you get your Spanx? And she goes, I order them right to the governor's mansion. She said they would just drop it off at the front of the front door of the governor's mansion.
The UPS people.
She wouldn't. Like Mayree would. She would have.
This is not a rumor. There are multiple states that do have prisoners working at governor's mansions. There's at least 7 states in the country that do this. They're low offenders. They're people that have gotten good referrals from wardens, also towards the end of their sentence, and they have. So there are people actually working at that, but also it's still kind of like slavery
Well, they
because
did
that's what prison labor is.
prison labor, right? But I wonder,
But they're chefs and stuff, right?
if they're working
Yeah.
towards a degree.
Are you saying they take prisoners who are still prisoners
yes.
and make them? Oh,
So that's why I was saying it's like slavery.
I thought you meant like after they got out. Like, come on down.
Oh.
No,
No.
she's talking about like they're still in prison.
Oh my God! You know Kemp is peeing over the railing on their heads.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah. But prison labor is just new slavery.
Oh
That's
my God.
hot. No, that is hot.
I wonder if they're just desperate to
You
get
want
out
to
of.
be peed on by Brian Kemp?
No, but I would have a prisoner come do my toilet every now and again. If I was
This is the most out of touch episode of this show, and that's saying something.
Could you send in that young prisoner from Southern Georgia?
Get the one
toilet?
from the gay tank.
Exactly.
I want some fresh fish from the gay tank.
Bob becomes governor of Georgia, and it's like, listen, we're only getting gay tanks.
There would be so much filth.
He's like, actually, we're only arresting gay people. Everyone else,
I would drill holes in the bathroom, every bathroom wall.
Oh
in the
my
governor's
gosh!
This is the talk that
You
got
don't
the
have
last
time for that.
episode banned. So let's watch it. Let's watch it here.
Right. Okay. This is good. We just scared
You think the
everybody
governor watches
from
this?
drinking and driving on New Year's Eve.
You really? It was the most terrifying thing I've ever been through, and I was drunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary.
You're not the only person I know has been pulled over.
Well, you weren't drunk for the week. You're just drunk for that night.
Well, I went back sober.
That's what I'm saying. When you went back, you should have boofed some booze in there.
I shouldn't have. I was in the guy that ended up with me had killed his girlfriend.
Oh.
Yes, and I said, and I'm looking at him.
And you're like, I get it.
He wanted to be with me. Yeah, exactly.
He wanted to be with you.
He asked to be in the, and I'm thinking he's gonna fuck me. But anyway, he said that she was a crack whore and she was stealing all his money, and he had to go buy bacon, so he stabbed her with a pen from the bank.
A pen.
And she didn't die. She was high as a kite on crack or something.
Good for her.
She ran out onto the street with a pen with a this was way back
her
in
neck?
the day. CSC pen out of her neck.
So wait,
He tried to murder her with a pen in her neck.
She didn't die from this, or she just didn't die right away?
He tried to murder. No, he didn't kill her. He
Oh, so
tried
it was
to kill her. It was attempted murder. But it just happened. He still had the blood on him and everything.
Oh God.
But I gave him my fried bologna sandwich so nothing would happen to me.
How did you get a fried bologna sandwich?
That's what they give in jail, honey. A
fried bologna sandwich? Now that's folklore. I've never had one of those.
That's how I lost my virginity.
I've never seen one. On a fried bologna sandwich?
Yeah, but this Jewish guy in South Florida.
Jewish people aren't supposed to eat bologna? He was lying.
It was so many. But he said if I would have sex with him, he would make me a fried bologna sandwich. And he'd make me food. And I said, what would you having is have bologna. And I said, will you fry it? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay, I'll stay.
Did you grow up in the 1800s on the streets? Why are you
like you
giving away your
probably-
virginity for a sandwich?
I was a big girl back then. I was a big girl.
That was your virginity story?
That's how I lost my. No, I had. Well, I don't. Is it? No, I topped him. So.
We didn't close the door.
How'd the dog? Our dog just entered
You
the.
didn't close the door.
I didn't.
No.
No, he can't.
Carter, no one's ever seen you.
We have a dog.
Oh, and did I say that the guy was a midget? That was the
No.
other thing.
I don't think you're supposed to say that one anymore.
He was a midget.
I'm gonna put the dog out, and you're gonna explain exactly the story from top to bottom.
Press pause, buddy.
You're supposed to. I don't think we're not using that word anymore.
Oh, it's a small.
Well, I'll tell you why we're not saying it. Why I said it. There's a. Oh gosh. He told me. I said. I thought you were dwarsing as. That's not what I call. I call myself a midget. I want you to call me midget. Literally, that's what he said, and I said, I don't think that's politically correct. And he goes, I want you to fuck me and call me a midget.
This is the guy that you're in jail with, or this is the guy that you lost your
midget. I
virginity?
lost my virginity, but
you topped him. Why? That's still the same. I guess
that was
you
his
lost your
kink.
topping
That was his
virginity.
I did not want to. It wouldn't work because it just couldn't happen. It was awful.
You know,
And
I'm
so
really bad at sex too. It's
well,
fine.
So he decided he wanted to top me, and he was, a little fellow. You're not supposed to say the word midget; it's inappropriate. But he told me to call him that.
So it's like when a girl is like, "Call me a slut," and slap me across the face, which I will cry if you do that. Don't do
not
that.
doing that.
Well, that's if you. Yeah.
But he did. He climbed up, and I don't know. It was like having a tarantula in my ass. I don't know what happened. It was. But the next morning, I go back to my friend, and he's in the hotel room, and there's sand all over the bed. And I said, "What the fuck happened here?" And he goes, "Well, I got laid on the beach, and I didn't want to get my own bed dirty, so he had taken all his clothes off. Sand in the bed."
Your bet.
This is South Beach, Miami,
That's a bad friend, but also very
1980
funny.
something. It was something.
This is why I'm glad I wasn't sexually active in the 80s. It just sounds like a mess.
It was fun.
Every story you have, I'm like,
It was
that
a good
sounds.
time.
I don't think it's a time period. I think it's a Bob thing.
Yeah, that little guy, that little Jewish midget,
Oh.
he was so sweet.
Elf on the Shelf. Do they have one now where
Jesus
it's no? They have one now
Christ.
where it's Jewish. It's Mensch on the bench.
Oh, that's
Oh,
so sweet.
Yeah.
What is he telling you for Hanukkah?
Oh, yeah, it's for Hanukkah. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Mensch
So
on the
they got-
bench. It's so cute. All right.
Well,
So we
All
got
right.
way off that.
No, we're doing good. We're scaring people into not having.
You shouldn't drink on New Year's Eve. Christmas. Or
I have a
anytime.
friend
Or
who got
tax
pulled
day.
over on New Year's, and then the next year he dislocated his knee dancing, and then
What kind of
Yes.
dancing was he doing?
the fun kind. And so what would be the ideal? I'm asking this for reals because I'm trying to manifest myself something. What is a good New Year's Eve night at our age?
I think staying home.
What are you and Randy gonna do? Are you gonna go to the church and dance and holler?
Yeah, we'll go.
Who's gonna sober drive? Randy.
Well, they don't drink at the church.
Well, then how do you feel the spirit of the Lord?
Well, I think maybe you don't understand what spirit
The
of the
blood
Lord
of
means.
Christ is port and or sometimes red wine.
They don't do that. They don't drink at the church. I know. You have to drink before you go.
It's front load.
You
Are
gotta
people
front load
throwing up then all over the church because they don't know how to front load properly?
I have to front load. They don't drink. Yeah.
Do you just take an edible? The blood of Christ, the body of Christ?
No.
Is an edible the body of Christ?
I just want to say that Randy's church has nothing to do with drinking and drugs. But thank you for bringing that up.
What do you do? Then how
Amy
do you,
heard it was an all-black church, and she's like, "Oh wow."
No.
Yeah, it's fun.
No, I'm just thinking what's fun for me, not for I'm good for
They
them.
don't do
good on
anything.
them for being so
Then we go home and we go to bed and then we get
Proper.
drunk the next day.
on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Well, can I sign up for that? How do we do that?
Easily.
How do I see you?
I think you just go to their house.
Yeah, just
And
come
then
to the
no
house.
one's pulling you over because all the police officers are hungover too because they had to stay up late at night.
No, listen, my uncle used to be a cop. Them being hungover or drunk does not stop them from driving. They don't have to worry about DUIs
Oh.
What do you
because
mean you don't have to worry about DUI?
they just don't give them to their buddies.
Really? I heard that was Is that true? Are you
Yeah,
just
cops
saying?
are corrupt.
That's so hot. That's so hot. That is so,
So-
hot.
But
You have
during the
trash
day,
taste.
during the day, it's so much easier to drink it. What did he say?
I have trash taste.
Your trash taste. During the day, it's so much easier to see where you're driving, and if you're drinking,
But there's more people out.
So listen, we have Teslas.
you're right.
All you have to do is put that automatic drive in.
Yeah.
You head back, go home.
I would love a day brunch. I love a brunch. I
do too.
I love a quiche.
I love a quiche.
I
with
love a
some,
muffin.
yes, and some mimosas.
A mimosa.
Yes, it's
I'll
fabulous.
do a little bit of a Bloody Mary if I'm feeling pretty
I like
wild.
Bloody Marys. I don't like
But
Bloody
yeah,
Marys,
I
girl.
love it. And then you go home, you have a nap, and then you have a little light dinner, and then you go to bed at 8:30.
I love that. That's a. There you go. That's my perfect. New
Is that
Year's.
what Boxing Day is in England?
That's the day after New Year's, right?
I think it's the day after Christmas, and you're supposed to go give alms to the poor. You're supposed to hand out the extra pudding and
What the hell?
all of the roasted potatoes that you didn't eat. You hand it to the people who work your land. You wrap it in a cloth.
Oh, you said a little bit
And
New England all of
you
a sudden.
put it in a box, and that's why it's Boxing Day. But now
Is
everyone.
that really what Boxing Day means? I
Yes,
always
but now
wondered
it's
that.
just shopping. No one's handing out scraps because it's Europe.
Well, Princess
and they
Diana
have
died.
a
And
lot of
Boxing
money.
Day, should we celebrate after she died?
No more celebrations ever in the UK ever again.
No. Well, that
You heard it
bitch
here.
Camilla's there that looks like a thumb.
Oh, okay. Okay. You know what, you guys? This is interesting because we have different perspectives.
You like her?
Oh, no, I'm just telling you,
yeah.
I'm gathered information.
About
because,
Camilla?
Yes. So I called my mom the day that they got married.
Camilla and
Yes.
Charles?
To be like, what do you think? And she's like, they have been in love for 30 years and they finally get to be together.
True.
And I was like, my mom has a secret boyfriend somewhere. But she was
She's right, though. She is right.
like, I thought that was a perspective I hadn't considered
Yeah.
when I was like that young. And I
That
was
is
like,
true.
interloper. But yeah, he was forced into a different marriage-ish. But they were in love forever.
They were.
And they finally get to be together. And now he's got some sort of cancer, I guess.
But Charles has cancer?
Huh?
He has cancer?
Princess Charles has cancer.
Does he really?
I think they're talking
Of
about
what?
it. And his like,
His balls?
I think so.
Oh,
I don't
gosh,
know.
ball cancer. Well, thank God he's British. They don't need their balls.
I don't think he's been using them for years.
Come on,
The
Bob.
royal jewels are not engaged.
Camilla's got enough for both of them.
I know.
No, that's the joke. Anyway.
Well, so she's a very horsey girl.
Listen,
And that's what all of the ladies I grew up with look like. They don't care about their looks. They're just like, I rode a horse for 4 hours today, and now we're going to eat, and then we're going to clean the barn, and we're going to go to bed.
They look like a knee.
Oh, is she the queen now?
She's the
Camilla's
queen.
the queen of England. Yes, sweetie.
And it's not even, I don't think it's queen
Oh,
consort.
yeah, the other one's dead.
She's the queen.
The other one died, right?
Oh, my gosh. Joelle.
I don't give a fuck about British royalty. They don't do shit.
This is like when people talk about
They don't
Marvel.
do anything. They do nothing.
They serve the monarchy.
They do nothing.
And what's that where it's all the other countries and they're together as friends?
They are the
What's that called?
What do they do for the greater good?
They dress nicely.
Okay, no.
They have nice dinners.
I'm gonna rail back a little bit. So, when we have all of these leaders who leave all the time, the queen was there the whole time.
60,000 years.
So she grew old with these people. They do a lot of like going and like seeing people, trying to get money to the right people with their donations,
Talking to them,
make sure that cameras are seeing
eye
the gay
contact,
people,
eye contact,
and the who are suffering from AIDS and all these different programs.
Well, that was just Diana. The rest of them didn't care about that.
So they are there with no personal benefit to it. Like
Well,
they're not going to get elected.
million. They make a lot of money.
Well, they do get like I think it's like 20 cents on the dollar, on the euro, on the pound. Will you see how much money goes to the royal family? They get a lot of money, but they actually are there to care about the country and its citizens without having to be elected and for the long term. So she has insight into what was happening in World War II that she can apply and talk to all these other people.
Yes. Yeah.
So Beckham, when the Queen died, went and stood in line at the funeral with the people. Like he could have been like, I'm famous. Let me go see her lying in state.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm going to cry. I'm a British citizen, and I need to be with my people. I need to mourn with my fellow citizens.
Oh, I bet what was he wearing? I bet he was so hot.
He looked amazing. Okay, he had like a top coat, and he was wearing a suit, and he had like the umbrella, and he was like very proper British man.
I bet he was wearing no panties.
I bet, because his wiener can't handle the panties.
Huge uncut penis.
Oh, have you seen it?
I'm just imagining.
You're just imagining it. I know he can do a push-up, and I don't think he's using just his hands.
Where were we?
Yes. We
do not drink and drive during the holidays.
This was interesting.
What happened to Princess Diana?
Oh,
brought that back. See,
you circled it.
I circled it.
Yeah,
back.
her driver was.
He was drunk. He was French.
He was
though.
French.
For God's sake,
never get a French driver.
Never let a French drive you
get
drunk.
A Mormon or a Muslim, someone who's not allowed to drink.
If you want a drunk driver, you got to come to the South. We know how to drive drunk. The years. No, this is not sanctioning this, but literally, I drove drunk for decades.
Okay, so when I moved
look at Joel, he's.
I'm looking up stuff about the. I'm not sold that the royal family does good stuff.
When I moved here,
tons of good stuff.
They not in the past. Not when they're like doing the international slave trade and making money off of it. Of course not. In like
all they
all
they do is just profit off of the fact that.
But they don't do nothing with it. Like they work like a dog because they're like the WASP culture where you feel guilty all the time.
They go to lots of dinners.
Yes, and they host things, and countries want to come over and meet the Queen. Like,
yes,
it's good for tourism. It's like having Disney World. It's like having Disney World.
In your
and Disney World doesn't really help people either on a
But no, it gets people to come to Orlando and spend money. Do you think people are going to Orlando if Mickey Mouse isn't there?
They have a suicide prevention line at Disney.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we were talking about drinking and driving. When I moved to the South. In college, I was shocked by the drinking and driving because where I grew up, they're like, you may not do it. You may not ever do it. Yeah. And then I was talking to my girlfriends who live here, and I'm like, what exactly are the rules with drinking and driving? And they were like, well, if you're going to a football game, you can have a beer with you. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what? They're like, do you do it? Like, what if you're going to a bar? Like, absolutely not. Do not drink. Leaving a bar, but to a football game, you can have a beer in the car. I'm like, is that a law? And they're like, it should be.
You didn't ask a gay guy, though.
I did not.
It's the opposite for a gay guy.
Tell me about
you can drink from a bar, but not a football game, right?
Like, you take a to-go cup, a roadie.
And if you live
I learned
Savannah,
about roadies
Savannah, you can drink on the street. Savannah, New Orleans, you just drink
on the streets.
Oh yeah, and they drive. I mean, that's
there's a law in Tennessee that the passenger can have an open an open beverage, but the driver can't because of the governor used to like to drink on the way to baseball games and kept getting pulled over. Well, he kept getting pulled. He was being driven, and he kept getting pulled over. So he
made a law.
He made a law, and then people keep trying to get it repealed, and everyone's like, "No, we love this."
Love it. There's a photographer in Savannah that he did a whole exhibit of the trees of Savannah because so many people
hit them with a car.
Because they have a lot of roundabouts, and so the trees are just great because people. It's a badge of honor. Yeah.
No, I don't drink and drive.
I do not drink and drive, but I'm just saying.
Especially in the day of Uber. But that means you have to make alternative arrangements for New
I will
Year's
say
Eve.
that when Randy and I were just in Phoenix 2 years ago, our Uber driver was drunk and high. And he drove very slow. I mean, really, really, really slow.
Well, that's kind of better than like this.
I was taking an Uber home like a month or two ago, and the guy was like actively falling asleep.
Oh.
Because like at first, because they have the little oh shit bumps.
Yeah.
Like I heard like a couple
rumble strips.
I heard a couple, and I was like, okay, whatever. It's
hit him too hard.
Well, no, it's just that he was just veering off, and then as we kept getting closer, I was like trying to watch him. I was like, he's hitting a couple, and I literally were like right next to my house. I saw him like doze, and I was like, this motherfucker is about to wreck.
He's gonna wreck you.
Did you have to sleep with him?
Yeah, I was like, let me suck your dick to wake you up.
That's a good guy.
Yeah.
Was this a fantasy or a dream?
No. This was
for real.
Yeah.
The guy who inspired the movie, where it's the mathematician and he has schizophrenia.
About Beautiful Mind.
A Beautiful Mind.
How do you think of that off the top of your head?
I didn't have a good family life, so I just watched a lot of movies.
He and his wife. He speaks Amy. He and his wife died in a car on the way back from the airport with the driver hit something.
All the time, didn't
he wasn't driving. It was it was a driver situation, like Joel's talking about.
Was he French?
He and his wife both died. Ooh.
Horrible. Was she schizophrenic too?
No, but their son was.
No.
It was genetic, and he actually didn't see people. He only heard them.
What did they say?
But they made it. Oh, you've not seen the movie?
I've seen the movie, but I don't remember the son being schizophrenic.
Well, they didn't put it in the movie because it's too sad.
It is so sad.
Yeah.
But don't you ever wonder, people that are hallucinogenic, like what do the people say to them? What are they saying to them? What is hearing?
It's a lot of paranoia.
Huh?
Paranoia.
A lot of paranoia.
What if there are people out there and they're like, I think you and I, if we were schizophrenic, we would have interesting conversations with her. Like, girl, did you see that queen over there? I mean, something fun.
I think mine would be 90% ghost based.
Ghost based.
I'm always thinking like, is there a ghost? Is there energy coming in? Oh, where is my golden arm?
But you already think that. That is maybe, wow. Okay. All right. I don't want to, because I know this will upset you when I ask this question, but have you masturbated yet?
No. Why? Every kind of tiempo. Okay,
sorry, I'm sorry. But the last time I was on, we talked about you didn't masturbate, and I thought maybe by now.
It's not on my vision board.
Apparently, a bunch of people shaming her didn't make her horny.
Here you go.
It's weird.
That's not my kink.
Yeah.
Put me in the gay tank.
Yeah, I had two back-to-back gay guests that yelled at me about masturbating. That didn't take.
Well,
I don't have time for that. I'm still trying to make my dreams come true.
Yes.
If I have free time to be creative.
You can make your dreams come true and still masturbate.
It doesn't take that long. You do it on your way to
She's terrified of it down there, so I bet it would take her a long time to come.
Gosh.
Jesus Christ.
You have a dog, for God's sakes. Dog and peanut butter. Let's get her done.
No, that's my son's dog.
Well, he didn't have to watch.
I don't want him to teach him anything he takes to the other people.
Oh, I know.
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
well, I'll leave it alone.
Here's a question.
Just like she does to herself.
Hello, Amy. Could you please touch me?
You know what? She gets touched enough, especially when she's trying to sleep.
Oh, my God.
We get the reach around. That was
God.
on the calendar.
You guys calendar it?
Google cat.
We talk about it in advance, so I know to come to bed earlier.
He's a scientist.
Yeah.
Like,
Is he tracking your charts?
yeah. I mean, the whole family is at this point because I'm fucking psycho. Why is mom crying again? My perimenopause.
I bet they stopped asking that question a long time ago.
I know. You can tell when your family's tired of you crying. Oh, have you cried this? Do you cry at the holiday
I'm not a
season?
crier. No.
Randy, have you
I'm
cried?
stiff.
Randy's
oh, God,
cried.
he cries at a Hallmark commercial.
But Randy, have you cried out of frustration around the holidays? Are you good? You're just chill as fuck. Yeah,
He
Rand,
cries.
you guys have hit I feel it. Tell me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
I feel like you've hit the sweet spot in your life where you know yourself, you know each other, you don't have unrealistic expectations, and you're
Well, I
like,
don't know myself.
you're in like the golden zone. I mean, you do have a
We're
very
old.
This is true, but you do have a very new challenging job emotionally.
Yes, it's awful.
How many old lady vaginas have you seen?
Ton.
A ton. Okay, what do we need to know? Okay, every year, every time you come on, tell us about what we need
Okay,
to. I'm
so
taking notes.
my
Old lady
prescription
vaginas
is
from Gay Bob.
almost always you older ladies out there, you can take estrogen locally into your vagina
In your hoo-ha.
But
But don't just put a pill in there. It has to be something like
not a pill.
We
No, I
just
say
said-
cream.
Why do you think I'm crazy when I say that?
Well, you could try a pill. I don't know what. No, you
Just don't go into your medicine cabinet and get out your birth control from when you're 16.
do not do that. So go to your doctor, get an estrogen
Sorry, 14.
cream.
You're from the South. Oh, you guys don't have birth control. Sorry.
No, I know, and people become sexually active in the South at 8. That's the
What
latest
people?
CDC.
Can we just say it?
women,
People become
women.
sexually active
Yep.
in the South.
In the
at
South,
8.
8. That's the average age of sexual activity. Starting
Average age. The CDC.
yep.
What part of the South is that?
But south of the Mason-Dixon line, where the hair starts growing, is what they say.
Oh,
Wait. This is important because I know you're shunning vaginas.
Okay, old
You
lady.
take estrogen. Ask your doctor for some estrogen cream. Put it in your vagina 2 or 3 times a week to keep it moist and ready for
Yes.
sex.
Yes.
And it will soften up and get beefy and
Ooh.
soft.
Oh, a nice beefy soft.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you'll be ready. And you may have a little. It doesn't matter if you.
It's like a beef bourguignon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe you should try that.
Oh, I can try that.
Oh, yeah.
So it is also.
Next time, Ken's be like, girl, you got beef here.
Give it some
we
of
got
that beef.
some roast beef.
Looks like we're about to have hamburger for dinner.
Yeah.
No, it's like Arby's.
Yeah, we got the meats.
Well, you know, when
Yeah,
I see
some
the
horsey
little old
sauce.
ladies and you go down there, it's, everything is, scaly and wrinkledy.
it gets scaly?
Oh, your hair falls out and it droops down. It's like a nice purse.
Oh my gosh, I gave up.
But then all of a sudden it's beefy. It's like red and beefy, like
Ready.
like
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian lips.
Lips, yes. Oh, it's like the stuff that makes the lips bigger.
Yeah.
That's fascinating because there was one time I was at the
time?
the locker
At
room,
band camp?
a band camp. I was at the locker room at women's locker room at the health club, and I saw this older lady, no underpants.
Oh, what was she doing walking around with no underpants?
She's old school. I mean, this was 30 years ago, so she was probably born in 1890.
Oh my God.
And she, naked, thin as a rail, no pubes. And then that's because she's shaving them. That's because that's old. And then she would take a big handful of
Vagina.
talcum powder, like baby powder, and slap that hooch. Slippity slappity, boom boom boom. Put on her baby powder.
Wait a minute, put talcum powder on her pachaka?
Yeah. And then put on her underpants that were the size, like it was a dress for her.
Oh
But
my God.
I was like, what's happening?
Wow.
And that's what burned on my brain until just now you unlocked it.
Well, you should not. So, okay, let's stop there.
Okay.
Because talcum powder causes cancer. You do not put talcum powder on your vagina anymore. It causes cancer.
Jeez, niceys.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. No
Yeah.
talcum powder
it's-
on the
it's-
hoo-ha, or baby's hoo-has either.
No,
yeah.
no talcum powder anywhere,
Who
really. You shouldn't
invented
use
that?
it. Dr. Talcum. I have no idea. And his wife happened to be an oncologist. Go figure. Oh, yeah.
It's
Well,
always
she's
like
trying to
this,
get
like
people to
Oh,
coming
keep the
for
gravy
cancer.
train coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make
Listen,
some
honey.
talcum powder, honey, and make the
cancer-
vagina get cancer.
Cancer's going down.
Yeah.
I heard the same thing is true actually with brushing our teeth, that there is like a slickeriness that comes over our teeth.
A slickeriness.
And it's natural. It's like a way your body's cleaning its teeth for you. And the guy, like Listerine or Colgate or some guy, the advertising people were like, do you feel a slickery feeling on your teeth? That means they're dirty. And you're a dirty whore. And you're poor. And you need to go and buy this toothpaste. And everyone's like, I have it. Does that mean I have bad breath? And they ran out and bought the toothpaste. So
Wow, that's
so
crazy.
if you have a slippery, slickery Kim Kardashian baboon lips vagina, you need some talcum powder on that.
Do not put talcum powder anywhere on your
Yeah.
body. You'll cause cancer.
Okay. So what are my notes?
And the slickery thing, that's.
So do you have to get a prescription for this estrogen, or can you get it on the
Yes,
black market?
Well, they probably can't get it compounded, but you want to get a prescription for it because you want a nice. You want your lips nice and beefy red. Yeah.
Okay, I've heard too. Okay, I heard.
Camel toe, old ladies. When you see an old lady
Go,
with camel toe,
Here's the thing. Go to the doctor. Say I'm trying to get beefed up down there. They'll know.
they'll know.
No.
They'll slide it over
They'll
like
slide
an
it
old
over.
school gangster putting a number on a piece of paper.
I
You
heard.
go get that cream. You're beefed up.
I heard it's also like harder for women when they get older to hike because their hoo-haws are dried out
Yeah.
and it gets chafy. down
Well, it makes
there.
noise.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of noise, gay Bob?
Yeah, no, it's so dry. It's really. It's like it's. Have you watched HGTV?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard them saying things? That's what it sounds like. Yeah. These poor old men, when they manage to get in there, I mean, it takes the skin off of their penis.
But why are people boning so much in the old folks' home?
Why would
it's
you
all
not?
dried,
They
if it's
do.
all the ladies all dried up, is she having any fun?
No,
or
she's
is she just
getting,
doing it for the
I'm sure they're using
companionship?
lubes and shit.
They do. I'll give it. When I used to work in nursing homes, that's the first thing I did, give people suppositories.
Estrogen suppository.
Yeah.
No, just regular suppositories.
Yeah.
For
He didn't even work there yet. He was just going and shoving stuff up people's butts.
It
Yeah.
was a Saturday.
Yeah.
A community service.
Yeah, he just kept doing it, and one day they're like, "You need a job, sir?"
Yeah, just do
Are you
it.
going with Randy's church as
Yeah.
volunteering?
They do go to the nursing home to see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
As long as do what you
Okay.
love. You never work a
So
day
you
in
can-
your life.
You can get cream.
But you know the highest rate of venereal disease
Yeah.
is at that old folks home in Florida. The
Villages.
The villages.
Villages.
Yeah.
Speaking of Florida, what's the college? What's the party college down there?
FSU?
Yeah, FSU had a strain of chlamydia named after it because
Is it the koala bear one?
all the students kept banging each other and passing around chlamydia that eventually became super chlamydia. Like there's already like antibiotic resistant chlamydia, and this one is like fucking. It is
Wow.
just but it was only found in because there's just people just kept banging. That's like one of the biggest party colleges.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it had a chance to reproduce
And then those
enough.
people, they get old, they go to the villages.
And
I went
well,
to
they were
Christian
super
college.
immune,
We
too.
did not have chlamydia. We had herpes, like Jesus
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Did Jesus have herpes?
It's in Claviticus.
Claviticus. Is that a part of the vagina?
Leviticus chapter 33, 69.
This is one of the most misinformation-filled episodes. That's great.
No, I think
Why
the,
show gotta be so on top of everything?
I think the cream going in your hoo-ha
So helpful.
very helpful. And then I've hear even if you've had breast cancer, you can still do that.
Yeah, because you don't absorb very, very small amount of absorption there.
So that's like even if you're a high risk breast cancer in your family or have had it,
Yeah.
or you can still do a little estrogen.
a little bit of estrogen drippy drip.
Yeah.
Is there progesterone in it too, or is it just estrogen?
No, just estrogen.
Just estrogen,
Because it doesn't go into your, the other part.
and they're your whole body. So there's different estrogen. There's just estrogen patch, and then there's estrogen
So
pills.
this is just estrogen cream,
yeah.
no progesterone, into your
Specifically
hoo-ha.
for your vagina.
Just locally gives you a little juju.
little zip zap.
A little zip zap.
Can I tell you a secret?
Oh, God. I don't know.
Okay.
This feels very scary about to have.
I can't gross you out, Gay Bob.
No, you can't. I don't know why I'm saying that.
I have been doing testosterone cream.
In your vagina?
No.
yeah,
no,
she's getting a small dick.
I'm
You're going to grow the biggest clitoris.
Yeah.
it's going to turn into a wiener
Oh, no.
on my thigh. And
Why are you
now
holding your pen like that as you're telling me?
I've been doing testosterone cream on my thigh, and now
Why?
that's where the doctor told me to put it. And now I have a beard on my thigh. And I'm like, should I just be putting this directly on my husband's forehead where his hair decided to stop growing?
Well, that doesn't sound
I had
right.
laser hair removal. I
but-
used to be a perfect princess, and now, ooh, 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 ah, ah.
Wow. And let me guess, he likes it.
No.
Oh, he doesn't
who,
like hair?
Who do you think made me do the hair removal and paid for it and drove me to the appointments because, I would forget to go.
Are you still taking it?
Yes.
Wow.
I can't stop taking it because last time I did, I had a depression for 5 days.
That was longer than 5 days.
Yeah, a month. That's when I had a little break in my
cream.
podcast because I was feeling so poorly.
Oh.
I know.
What does progesterone cream smell like? I'm just curious.
Testosterone cream?
Yeah.
I can shoot some on your face later, and you can tell me.
Did they tell you to rotate the areas in which you apply?
Yeah, I can stick on my left leg, and I can stick on my right leg. Now both have beards on them.
Okay.
Any place you put it, you get a beard.
Like immediately? How thick we talking?
I can show you.
No.
Actually, I shaved it today.
Okay. How often do you have to shave it?
Every day.
Okay.
Wow.
It's
We're
like leg
growing.
hair. It's like leg hair. And
Okay,
in a
that's
place
not
I've
too
never
bad.
had leg hair. Even because it's like some people on their thighs don't get thick leg hair.
I
'cause
don't have
it's
leg
like,
hair. I have no leg hair.
Are you a porpoise?
Practically. I'm a Vienna Boys Club.
Yeah, we'll put you in the gay tank.
They
Come
should.
on.
Yeah, they would love
I'd
me.
be like, look at my leg hair. Put me in the gay
They
tank.
wanted me.
I can't believe they kept you in jail for a week beyond your sentence.
Didn't even put you in the gay tank either.
And I called the guy. I called my attorney and I said, "They've put me. We've got to call. We've got to file a suit." And he goes, "Girl, that happens all the time." I had a gay attorney. He goes, "Girl, that happens all the time in Fulton County."
But I mean,
Can't do anything about that.
Do you get money for that? Because that's beyond your.
No.
And then
And I kept saying it. So every day at 7:30, they come around and they go, "Yeah, you get to go out of here." Yeah, it's a Broadway show.
Okay.
And then you in the corner, you get to go. And I would go, "Please, sir." And they would say no and slam the door.
oh my god,
It was terrifying.
Yeah, it's kind of like prisons designed to be dehumanizing.
Yes.
It was.
Who
And
knew?
they don't give you water. They give you these little frozen. They look like icicles. That's
What?
it. They don't give liquid water. You have the little and you have to suck on that. And so I was giving mine away so I wouldn't get raped.
Oh my god.
I know it sounds crazy.
This is like France in the
It was
1700s.
terrible. It was terrible.
Where there like lice everywhere and everything. Like this is
It
ridiculous.
was actually quite clean. I don't know who was cleaning. It was very clean in there.
How was the lighting? Overhead, I'm guessing. No
Yes,
sconces.
fluorescent. It was terrible. But it was a 4-story, like straight up 4 stories and round, like odd.
High ceilings.
Yes,
Cathedral
but
ceilings.
everybody had to come down and poop in the toilet. It was just a seat in the middle of the room, like
Is
40 seats.
Is everyone demoralized, or
Yeah.
you're like,
Yes.
I'm shitting.
No one
Everybody,
seemed to care.
I'm going to make a joke. Like
People would sit there eating their fried bologna sandwiches, pooping in the middle of the room while talking to somebody about Jesus. It was very upsetting.
That does sound like summer
Yeah.
camp.
No. Anyway. I'm starting to get a little panic attack.
Oh no!
And that's all right.
I know.
It's terrible.
So no one drink and drive this
No one
holiday
drink and drive
season.
on holiday season.
Stay home.
Especially
Invite your quad, your poly over for a
drinks.
a drink and hump.
And
What's the pump and dump? That's when you're breastfeeding.
that's a whole nother.
You're just talking about like a key party?
Oh.
Pump and up is when someone barebacks you and leaves. And leaves her.
Oh.
We talked about it last episode of Grindr.
Yeah.
Just be safe out there. I'm saying.
Be safe, folks.
And then if you didn't do enough Christmas, do more next year. Pinterest it.
Yeah.
Make some notes.
we don't do any Christmas.
Or cry.
we?
I said, or you can cry.
Or you can cry.
Oh.
Or you can just not get excited about Christmas and not worry about it.
Yeah, that's what we do. We don't care.
Right?
Yeah.
There's part of me that was like, I cannot get enough British history on Christmas. The food looks terrible, but I keep
Terrible.
watching all of the videos about it. Like a plum pudding was ground up fat from the heart of a cow,
Child. Oh.
right?
Princess
Breadcrumbs, raisins, currants,
What the fuck?
cinnamon,
Awful.
and you boil it for 3 hours. This sounds
terrible.
disgusting. The food sounds so gross, but I keep watching the videos.
Well, you
I
are
blame
sort of
Dickens.
British.
I blame Dickens.
Yeah, I hate Dickens.
You actually turned out to be a dick. Did you know this? Mr. Dickens was a dick.
When he was a child molester.
Well, no, his wife got old and fat, and he's like, she needs to go to the insane asylum.
Yeah.
She is insane to be that fat. And then he had like this younger girl who was living with him.
Is this true or are you
This is
free-forming?
true.
Okay.
And this younger girl moved in, and he's like, We are definitely not together.
Jesus.
I don't know where that baby came from.
Oh my God, this is Charles Dickens?
Yes, he turned into an a-hole.
Yeah,
in his whole life.
a lot of men are bad forever. All
He was in a
throughout time.
train accident. A train was dangling off the tracks into a lake.
What are you talking about?
This is what happened to Dickens.
Oh my God.
You need to get on YouTube.
I do.
That's where I am. I live on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're on it right. You're on YouTube right now.
Yes.
This is very meta. You're on YouTube right now.
Tell me a Dickens story, please.
I just told you 1,000.
So a train was hanging from a track. Wait a minute, you can't stop that.
Yes, and he crawled out. People died. He crawled out and was able and
saved
survived.
himself.
But he could never ride a train after that or anything train-like. He would make a panic attack.
So he's like the opposite of autistic.
We had it coming. Seriously. Not a nice guy.
The train accident.
Yeah.
Oh, he went to America. He's like, these people only care about
America.
money. These people are so gauche. They're just like, I gotta make a deal. I gotta make a deal. Which, I mean, it was the 1800s. Like, it was
What
like the
else you gotta
robber
do?
baron era
Yeah.
in New York City. What are you gonna do? But I mean, A Christmas Carol. That's a great book. He also made people start donating to charities to get the orphans
hear he was the Boston
a place to
Ripper.
live. Really?
That's what I heard, yeah.
Oh, I don't think he had enough time. He started a newspaper. He did a lot.
What?
Yeah,
He was a Renaissance man.
he did a lot. He
What
traveled.
happened? The poor woman was back in the insane asylum the whole time?
So the guy who was in charge of the insane asylum was like, she is not crazy. Like, he was like, you cannot put people you don't want to be with anymore in the insane asylum.
In the 1800s, though?
Yes, he was a very honorable man.
And so he married her?
Shout out the guy who ran that insane asylum that wouldn't just take women that men were tired of fucking.
Did he marry her?
The younger one.
Did he leave the wife in there?
They had a divorce. That's when she's like, we're
And she got out?
divorcing. Yeah, they divorced.
Oh, well.
And then the children, he had adult children, and if the adult children saw her, he wouldn't see them anymore.
Of course.
What a bitch. That's not how you do divorce. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't want
It takes a village. We all be together.
You see that crazy bitch? I don't want to see you again. Yeah, I get it. I don't know. Is that just me?
Merry Christmas. God help us, everyone.
Oh, he probably got giddy when he made a little Tiny Tim a cripple. He probably, oh, yeah, this is a funny part of the show.
Ha!
Tiny Tim always made me erect when I was a
No,
child.
you can't say that, Gay Bob.
I
You're
was
going to lose your
his
job.
age. No,
Oh,
I was
okay.
his age. This was when I was a kid. I was
What?
Tiny Tim. I had a huge crush on him. He's everyone help us, son. I think, oh, well,
God help.
I want to kiss Tiny Tim. I always tell my
when you
parents
were
that,
little.
and they would spank me, and I'd say, Tiny Tim probably gets spanked too, Mommy and Daddy. Don't you think? They didn't like a British accent when I was a child.
I've been a very naughty boy. I've been so naughty I can't walk right anymore. That's awful. This is awful. I can't do any of these jokes.
This is
This is making me
what a good
sweat.
way. What a good way to end an
I don't
episode.
think
No,
this is I
we
don't think
can't go
this
out
is
on that.
appropriate.
That's just disgusting.
Here's the thing. I don't think this episode's gonna get any cleaner.
No, we're gonna have a nice little story at the end. That's not about Tiny Tim having a hard, terrible life, even more than it already was.
You just said he got his back blown out so much that he couldn't walk anymore.
Who said that? No, not
You
I.
just said that.
No. No.
Well, if he knew how to bottom properly.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Happy New Year's,
my God. This is
everybody.
like Stuart. You remember Stuart from Mad Men? Like,
I
speak
do
into the
love that.
microphone.
I do love
Oh, it's an adult. Imagine an adult dressed as Tiny Tim. An adult.
Why would I do that? No.
A 45-year-old adult man.
Where are we? What?
That's we're making this all better in post. In post. Put it in post.
Yeah.
Is that what
Sorry.
post means? I don't know.
It was your podcast for like 1,000 years.
All right, everyone have a great
Everyone,
New Year's Eve. Be safe. Don't drink and drive.
do not drink and drive. Get plenty of estrogen for grandma.
Order it now so she
shave
has it for
your-
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful thing.
Do you get?
Promise.
Can you get it sent to your home, like with a
Me?
the estrogen?
Yeah, oh, yes. You can compound it. Really, that's the cheaper way to do it. Go to a compound pharmacy. Get you some estrogen
cream.
Yep.
And Werther's Originals. Put it in her stocking. They like grandmas like Werther's Originals.
The word is original isn't for her vagina.
No.
But I don't
Oh
like-
yeah, make sure you label that.
I don't like. Do not
One
give,
of these is for your vagina, one of these is for your mouth.
Right.
I'm not telling you which
hole.
is which.
Guess which hole
Yeah.
it goes in. But you really shouldn't give old people hard candy. They
Oh,
choke
they
on
choke
it.
on it?
Yeah, they choke on
But
it.
they love it.
Well, it's so funny when it happens, but you really should not do it.
Wait, why is it
what, Mom? What are you? She trying to? 2 words, Grandma.
Oh God!
Really...
If you give an old person Heimlich, do they crush their ribs because they're made out of paper mache?
They do. That's why CPR crushes their. Yeah, yeah, it's really sad.
No hard candies.
No
Just
hard candies.
Pot gummies. Just pot gummies for Grandma.
Older people should start doing more gummies. Just saying. Because you never had a hummer till you've had a gummer.
Oh, I know what that means. I did. Thank you for coming on my podcast.
Oh, you're so welcome.
I hope we didn't hurt anyone's feelings.
Love you.